In this video, we'll explore 13 common dark psychology tricks that you need to watch out for. Understanding these techniques can help you avoid being manipulated and protect yourself from those who would use them to control you. Have you ever felt like someone was trying to manipulate you, but you couldn't quite put your finger on why? It could be that they were using tactics of dark psychology to control the situation and get what they want. Mirroring. Mirroring is a subtle but powerful technique that involves copying another person's body language, gestures, and speech patterns. This makes the other person feel comfortable and builds rapport, making it easier to influence them. However, if used maliciously, mirroring can be a tool of manipulation. Gaslighting. Gaslighting is a form of psychological abuse where someone manipulates another person into doubting their own perceptions and memories. This is done by denying events that took place, making false claims, and manipulating evidence. Over time, the victim begins to question their own sanity and becomes more vulnerable to control. The foot in the door technique. The foot in the door technique involves making a small request to get someone to comply with a larger request. This works because once someone has agreed to a small request, they are more likely to comply with a larger request. This technique can be used for both good and evil, but it's important to be aware of it so you can make informed decisions. The door in the face technique. The door in the face technique is the opposite of the foot in the door technique. It involves making a large request, which is then followed by a smaller request. The smaller request seems more reasonable after the large request has been rejected, making it easier to get someone to comply. The scarcity principle. The scarcity principle states that people place a higher value on something when it becomes scarce. This is why salesmen often use lines like limited time only or only a few left in stock. By creating a sense of scarcity, the salesman can manipulate people into buying something they may not have otherwise considered. The ostrich effect. The ostrich effect is the tendency for people to avoid dealing with unpleasant information. This can be used to manipulate someone into not questioning something or avoiding a difficult situation. By presenting a situation as too overwhelming to deal with, the manipulator can get the victim to ignore it and give in to their demands. Confirmation bias. Confirmation bias is the tendency for people to seek out information that supports their beliefs and ignore information that challenges their beliefs. This can be used to manipulate someone into accepting false information as true by presenting it in a way that supports their existing beliefs. The bandwagon effect. The bandwagon effect is the tendency for people to conform to the actions of a group. This can be used to manipulate someone into accepting a false idea or product by creating the illusion of widespread support. The halo effect. The halo effect is the tendency for people to let a positive impression of one aspect of a person or thing influence their overall impression. This can be used to manipulate someone into accepting a false idea or product by presenting it in a positive light. The just world bias. The just world bias is the belief that the world is fair and people get what they deserve. This can be used to manipulate someone into accepting false information or an unjust situation by presenting it as being fair and deserved. The social proof. The social proof is the tendency for people to conform to the actions of others when they are unsure of what to do. This can be used to manipulate someone into accepting a false idea or product by presenting it as widely accepted and popular. The authority bias. The authority bias is the tendency for people to trust and follow the guidance of someone in a position of authority. This can be used to manipulate someone into accepting false information or a harmful situation by presenting the manipulator as an authority figure. The mere exposure effect. The mere exposure effect is the tendency for people to prefer things that are familiar to them. This can be used to manipulate someone into accepting false information or a harmful situation by repeatedly exposing them to it. It's important to be aware of these dark psychology tricks so that you can protect yourself from being manipulated. By understanding how these tactics work, you can make informed decisions and avoid falling victim to those who would use them for their own gain. Remember, always trust your instincts and be vigilant in questioning the intentions of others. By being aware of these dark psychology tricks, you can take control of your own thoughts and actions and avoid being manipulated by others. How do you deal with people who use dark psychology tricks? Here are some tips on how to deal with people who use dark psychology tricks. Educate yourself. Understanding the various dark psychology tricks and how they work can help you identify them when they are being used against you. Stay informed. Keep up to date with current events, facts and figures. This will help you recognize misinformation and avoid falling for false information. Question everything. Don't blindly accept information or follow someone's advice. Ask questions and seek out additional sources to verify the information before accepting it. Trust your instincts. If something seems too good to be true, or if you have a gut feeling that something is not right, listen to your instincts and take action accordingly. Maintain critical thinking. Don't let emotions cloud your judgment. Stay logical and analytical, and avoid making decisions based solely on your feelings. Surround yourself with positive influences. Seek out people who support you and have your best interests at heart. Surrounding yourself with positive, trustworthy people can help counteract negative influences. Seek professional help. If you feel that you are being manipulated or are unable to deal with the situation on your own, seek the help of a professional. A trained therapist or counselor can help you develop healthy coping strategies and build resilience against manipulative tactics. Remember, being aware of dark psychology tricks and taking steps to protect yourself can help you stay in control of your thoughts and actions, and avoid being manipulated by others. Example of famous people with dark psychology tricks. It is important to note that using dark psychology tricks does not necessarily make someone a bad person. However, there have been instances where individuals in positions of power and influence have been accused of using these tactics to manipulate others. Here are a few examples. Adolf Hitler. Hitler is widely considered as one of the most notorious figures in history. He is said to have used various dark psychology tactics, such as manipulation, propaganda, and fear, to gain and maintain power in Nazi Germany. Joseph Stalin. Stalin is known for his use of propaganda, censorship, and terror to control and manipulate the Soviet Union. He used these tactics to maintain power, silence opposition, and advance his ideology. Charles Manson. Manson was a notorious cult leader who used manipulation, mind control, and psychological coercion to control his followers and commit horrific crimes. Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy was a serial killer who is said to have used his charm and charisma to manipulate and lure his victims. He is considered to have had a high level of emotional intelligence and psychological manipulation skills. These are just a few examples of individuals who have been accused of using dark psychology tricks. It is important to be aware of these tactics and their potential consequences, and to always be vigilant in questioning the intentions and motivations of others. Hope you found this video useful and informative. Please do not forget to subscribe, leave a comment and also hit the notification bell to get notified once new videos are uploaded. Thank you so much.